NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 has concluded, and I'm here to give you my review of the fourth show they've done in Brooklyn. Right off the bat, I'm going to say this. I'm not sure if this is the best takeover of all time. I have to go back. Maybe I might have to watch New Orleans again, then watch this again. But it's between this and New Orleans. This was absolutely sensational. You've had 4 incredible matches and 1 good match. The main event, if it wasn't for the ending, might have been the best of the trilogy. I didn't like the ending, but the first 99% of the main event was absolutely sensational. Probably the best match in NXT history up until the last part. The entire show was fantastic. You had ups and downs. You had heels winning. You had it was a roller coaster. You had happy moments. You also had, downbeat moments. The show was fantastic. And I'm here to talk about the entire show. So I want to talk about the pregame before I start. They had Sam Roberts on with Charlie Caruso and Pat McAfee. I thought they actually had a fun pre-show. So how they started the show was they usually start all takeovers now with tag team sales. They went with that. That was definitely the best decision. They always have great matches. Undisputed Era comes out massively over. The Moustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven come out. Also, they were also very over. The last time the Undisputed Era had a match, the team they were against got booed out of the building. These guys, the fans like them. The fans really like both teams. And of course, they have a great match. It's like the Undisputed Era can't have bad matches. It's always a great tag team match. I mean, the amount of great tag team matches we see at every takeover is incredible. This was excellent. Okay, so is this as good? These two teams, they've had a series of matches. They had the match in the UK, which was great. I'd say this was probably better than that. This is not as good as that. They had a match on TV, though, a few weeks ago that was better than this. This wasn't as good as that, but this was still great. Crowd super hot. Trent Seven and Tyler Bate are so much fun to watch. Tyler Bate's so young, 21 years old. And you had a lot of big spots. One thing I like is when Trent Severn's a big guy, I'd have him dive through the ropes, which looked great. You had a lot of spots. You had one, probably my favorite part of the match was when both of them were in submissions, and then one of the Trent Severin picks the other guy up and slams him into the other two. I thought both the Undisputed Era played definitely the heels in this match. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong retained. It will be interesting when Bobby Fish comes back. I don't know what they're going to do with him, or if they're going to move him along, but or what they're going to do with Bobby Fish, because I don't know. They might have to kick a guy out. But the match was great. It's so hard to keep up with. I can't remember. There's so much happened in this match. It's so much oh my god, this and this. It's hard to keep up with it. The match was just great. Undisputed Era retains. They won the match. They definitely got the feeling that Moustache Mountain's going to be a big deal, and we'll see what they do. I don't know what they're going to do at War Games, but we'll see how they continue this feud. This match was great to start. Then we get into EC3 against the Velveteen Dream. We had cool entrances, so here's what I was thinking during this match. These guys are good. They had 1-6 spot with EC3 giving. Velveteen Dream giving EC3 a DDT on the ramp. That looked nasty. They had a lot of cool parts. You had some stuff with the water. There was a lot of talking. Velveteen Dream, he tries to, I get this thing. I don't know, Vince might turn on him. He had on his tights, call me up, Vince, or something like that. I think that might turn on him, because I think this guy's trying to be in with the Smarks. He might turn on him. I don't know. But the match was great. Was really good. I wouldn't call it great. It was a good match. It went too long, and I think Velveteen Dream needs to go this long. I think if you're going to do a match like this, they don't have to be that long. I thought they could have gone... probably you could have cut 5 minutes off this match, but they gave Velveteen Dream the win. It was a sick finish. Hits his finisher on the apron, hits the elbow drop on the apron, gets the win. Also, I forgot to mention, after the first match, a tag match, something that slipped my mind all of a sudden. You had the War Raiders come in. They beat the hell out of the Undisputed Era. I guess that's next week. I'd like to see them continue actually with the Moustache Mountain, but if they're going with the War Raiders, I guess it is what it is. But I'd like to see Moustache Mountain and Undisputed Era. I'd love to see a 6-man tag. You have Era, and then against Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven. I'd like to see that at War Games. I don't know what they're going to do with the War Games match, but that's what I would do. They show Matt Riddle in the crowd. He has signed with NXT. He looks stoned as fuck. Not surprising. He is fucking high as hell as you see him. My God. So next they go to the North American Championship. You have Adam Cole against Ricochet. Crowd love both guys. I like Ricochet's entrance a lot, and the strobe lighting effects, like, they give you a headache, but I think it's cool, makes him a star. It looks like a star. And Adam Cole comes out. Everyone loves Adam Cole, baby. So this match, they started off, they started off normal. Then, like, there was a part in this match when they went into this different gear, and especially the final third of this match, it blew my fucking mind. I can't believe how crazy this fucking match got. It blew my, it was just out of control. They had Adam Cole at the beginning saying, "You're nothing special," which was okay. They did a bit too much. Then what they did was, one spot I liked was Ricochet came off the ropes, and Adam Cole went for a super kick, but Ricochet blocked it. And I thought that was actually kind of cool how they were teasing a lot of stuff, but like near the end, like the last third of this match, it went fucking crazy. I'm still going to talk. Okay, so probably one of the craziest spots I've ever seen. Two of them. Ricochet is going off the turnbuckles. He goes like for this reverse, moonsault. Like, he goes like for a flip, like he's going to a backwards flip onto Cole. But Cole catches him with the super kick when he's upside down. Oh my God, I was afraid this guy was going to land on his neck. That was one of the most craziest fucking things I've ever seen. The crowd was going fucking nuts. They were chanting "Mamma Mia." There were still like things on the floor. Another crazy, insane spot was near the end when Cole's on the apron and then Ricochet jumps over the top rope, does a hurricane rana onto the floor, just fucking crazy, throws him back in the ring, hits the 630, gets the 3. My God, that match was fucking awesome. Another great match. This show has been great. They show Mark Henry and Kevin Owens in the crowd. Then they do the video package with Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. I like that video package a lot. So they do this match. I was thinking to myself, all right, Shayna's winning. Kairi's not winning. Kairi came out. She got a decent reaction. The crowd didn't seem to be as hot in this match, but damn, they got into it. Because I was afraid how these two women work. I was afraid they're going to do a lot of submissions. It's going to be almost impossible to follow the last match. And boy, was I wrong. So there was one spot early in the match, and Shayna's like ripping into Kairi's heel. She's bending it sideways. It looks nasty. It looks fucking scary as fuck. It looks like she's going to rip her damn limbs off. And then Kairi had this series of offense, and she hit her elbow drop twice. Shayna kicked out, saying, all right, that's it. They're going to have Shayna win. Shayna has her submission. Kairi gets out of it, and it was crazy how she got the ropes. That spot was awesome. Near the end, I liked how the ending of the match, Kairi hitting a crossbody earlier in the match, but like near the end, it looks like Shayna's going to win. Shayna's a good heel, and what happens is Kairi goes for the elbow drop, and everyone, oh my God, Shayna's going to catch her. It's over. She's going to catch her in her submission, and she's going to submit her with the rear naked choke. What happens is Shayna catches Kairi in the submission. She kicks her first and gets in her submission, and Kairi rolls her up, kind of almost similar to, they said Bret Hart and Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8. Almost kind of similar to Bret Hart and Steve Austin from the Survivor Series 96. I think Finn Balor and Samoa Joe did something like that. But Kairi Sane's on top. She gets the victory. She pins Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane is your NXT Women's Champion. This was such a happy moment. This was the happiest moment. Ricochet winning the title was cool. It was nice seeing Ricochet. It was a happy moment. This was even happy. It was like this really, really happy moment. They had the female referee, and they have like Kairi's just emotional. She sold it like $1 million. Kairi Sane she came off like a superstar here. It was such a nice moment. Definitely one of the more humble moments of the show. She's crying, she's bawling her eyes out, and it was a really, really sweet moment. She's the NXT Women's Champion. Kairi Sane, congratulations. And you look forward to seeing her defend the title in NXT and not have to come down to the main roster soon. But that was really, really a nice moment. And she sold it like $1 million, and just great stuff. Main event, last man standing. Ciampa defends against Gargano. So there was no Candice LeRae. They didn't show Candice at all. That was interesting. Also, I wanted to mention, when this was originally going to be a triple threat with Aleister Black, I liked how they showed some stuff in the video packages of who done it with Aleister Black. Like, they pointed everyone out. That was actually really, really cool. That storyline is going to be cool as to who attacked him. But this match, so here's how this goes. their first two matches, they started off slow. They were like these slow burns. This, they started off crazy. I'm thinking to myself, all right, they're not going like 37 minutes. Again, they're just probably going to go 20 minutes, do a lot of crazy stuff, and that might be good. Boy, was I wrong. They went just as long, and like, how the hell, like, how do these guys have this kind of cardio? How the fuck are they still like standing at the end? Like, what the fuck, man? How the hell can you be in this great shape? This was just absolutely sensational. They start off like they're having a bit of a wrestling match at first, and then like they do all the crazy stuff. Earlier in the match, you have Ciampa doing his finisher to Gargano through the announcers table. That looked cool. That was sick. He had the series where he hit Gargano with three. Like backstabbers, and then Gargano gets up and super kicks him off a chair. Then they did the thing when they did in Chicago. They ripped up all the ring apron. Ciampa did it again. They had this double stack table, which I didn't like. All right, what are they going to do? I didn't like how they had it upside down, but the way they worked it in was cool. It wasn't a crazy spot. I thought they were going to do that, but like they had it on the concrete, so someone would have been killed if they did. But they kept just doing all this insane shit. Ciampa like does this insane face slam to Gargano onto the steps. Gargano gets him back though. He hits a DDT onto the exposed ring. He hits him with just a whole bunch of shit. He goes crazy with super kicks. There was this German suplex sequence, which was crazy. They used fire extinguishers. They used a chair for a while in the match, a crutch. Probably my favorite part was Ciampa hits his running knee onto Gargano through the barricade with the chair, which looked crazy, and he buries him. I thought that would have been a better finish than what they went with, but that was insane. I mean, this match was just insanity. It's like, how are these guys still walking? It was just nuts. And then there's near the end, Gargano had to super kick onto Ciampa, and he falls through two tables. The match was just absolutely sensational. It was fantastic. It was just incredible. I didn't like the ending. So the ending comes, there's a handcuff spot, they're up at the stage. It looks like Gargano's hit his running knee onto Ciampa. Gargano hits him with the knee, but then Gargano like smashes into a big speaker on the table, and he falls over onto the ground, and Gargano's holding his knee. They're trying to set like he dislocated his knee. Ciampa gets up right at 9. Gargano's like on his tiptoes, but he's not on top. Like he's not up, and it's down. Ciampa gets the victory. It's another fluke win for Ciampa. Ciampa retains. Devastating loss for Gargano. I'm thinking to myself, Johnny dumbass. But the ending I didn't like. They have Gargano looking sad. I'm thinking to myself, all right, they're gonna have to continue this. I don't know. When they were having Ciampa on there, I'm thinking to myself, someone's coming and go. Maybe it's Black, not Black, but someone's coming and go, and they're gonna attack Ciampa. But no, like say they're continuing this. I don't know what they're gonna do next with War Games. I would have liked to see Hell in a Cell, but I suppose at War Games they'll be in the War Games against each other, and you can continue it to the Royal Rumble, or I don't know if you can get this to WrestleMania, but it looks like they're continuing this. I'm not sure what's next for them. No Candice, they didn't show Candice, but the show was this was a fantastic pay-per-view, a fantastic main event. I'd say, I think right the way I feel about this, it's neck and neck with the New Orleans show. It's the best takeover of all time. This was just fantastic. So much great spots. The tag match was great. You had EC3 and Velveteen. EC3 and Velveteen had a good match. Ricochet and Cole was just awesome. The women's match was great, and the main event was fantastic. Just NXT. Wow. Triple H, I'm sure he's going to have to... Triple H, he's probably thinking to himself, all right, I put on the greatest show maybe in NXT history. He's going to want to top this so bad at WrestleMania season. Why? In 8 months, you're going head-to-head with Ring of Honor at the Madison Square Garden show. He's going to want to put on together the most unbelievable takeover show you've ever seen. So I don't know how he tops this, but I'm sure he will. And needless to say, as usual, SummerSlam does not stand a chance of topping this show. It doesn't even have a prayer. We don't even need to discuss it. It's funny. It's supposed to be developmental versus the main roster, but it's like every time you see an NXT, you just know tomorrow night Raw going to be pissed off. So let's enjoy NXT. I enjoyed it. Fantastic pay-per-view. Can't wait for that's next. Like they leave you wanting for more, and not too much matches. Like the way they book it's great. And tonight was just a fantastic pay-per-view. And yeah. SummerSlam does not have a prayer.